Okay, hi everyone. I'm Roman from Zelenka Translations, and today I want to talk about the real meaning of brand, how to build and improve a sustainable one, why it is important, and how it influences the relationship with your clients and your vendors. So, okay, as you may see, the last 30 years brought our company through different stages, and as you may see also through different colors. Finally we ended up with green. That's my name, Zelenka is greenish in Czech. And as everyone here in this room, also our company had its ups and downs. So today I would like to share my experience on forming a sustainable brand, and especially I want to focus how it influences the relationship with our vendors. Before I share 7 specific tips how to do that, I want to mention that Q&A section will be at the end, and you can also keep the conversation going on the conference app or also on my social networks. Oops. This is why you are here. Because anyone who knows me will tell you that I never start any presentation without some activity or exercise. And today, luckily for you, it will be slightly different. Instead, imagine that all of you here, you are freelancers, translators, and you get 2 requests from these 2 companies, client A and client B, for the same job. And you need to choose only one. So let's say client A will be you, Alexander, and client B, maybe Jurek. So you as a translators, you need to choose who you will work with today. And I know this is quite rare that you receive the same job, but this is just to to demonstrate what factors are influencing your decision when the money is the same, deadline is the same, and subject matter is the same. So tell me now, what will influence your decision? What other factors are influencing? What company would you prefer today? It's up to you.
Payment.
What?
Payment.
Payments.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, so what else?
Relationship.
Relationship. Good.
Because I know him.
Yeah, but that's a good point, because you know each other, so there is some relationship. Maybe it can be the level of friendliness that maybe his company has and his project managers. Maybe is the reputation of each company. Yeah. So this is just to demonstrate how many factors are in the game, and one of the main factors what is influencing your decision is the brand of each company. But what brand? What is brand? Some people say that brand it's like what these 2 companies what they advertise on their website, the logo, the marketing communication. But that's more company identity. The brand, the real meaning of brand is what people say about your company when you are not there. So this is what I heard yesterday during the dinner, especially after a few beers. This is what other people are telling about your company.
Well, behind you.
Yeah, behind you. And also the good stuff, also the bad stuff. And today I want to talk about, of course, you can't control what they say about your company, but you can influence their decision and you can create some environment they are coming into. And this is with forming a good brand, you can attract the right clients, the right people to your company, and also the right vendors. Okay. So today I will show you 7 specific steps you can take to form a good brand at your company, along with some examples how we did it at our company. So step number 1. Our company, we are very often organizing social events for our vendors, for our clients. And as you may see, sometimes we are even rafting without water. And the reason why we are doing this is to spend some quality time with our people and listen why they work with us, what they think about us, why it matters. And we are very carefully collecting the feedback, the positive information and also the negative information. And we are defining, and you should think about how to do it at your company, to define your onlyness, where your company is extraordinary and why those specific translators are working specifically for your company. When you do this, the next step can be that you sit down with your team, you write it down, and you create some kind of brand manual, or you define the core values of your company. I remember our situation. Our company is quite long at the market, and after 24 years, because we didn't have time to do that, we were working our tail off to get the job done, to satisfy our clients, and that everybody in the company is happy. And we didn't have time to think about where we are special, why we are in some way extraordinary. So I remember, and this is my advice to you, let your people define the core values. Don't do it as I did it in the past. I told people you should do this, we are professional, we are trustworthy, we offer the best quality. And I forgot that my team, our people, they know it the best. So it was very stressful situation entering a workshop and giving the opportunity to my team to define the onlyness of our company and the core values. And let me show you what we came up with. They brought an excellent definition. They defined in one sentence the meaning of our company, and that's professional LSP with a friendly face. And this key term is friendly face. And our onlyness, where our company is extraordinary, is the level of friendship, the relationships, openness, trustworthy. And so think about and do this exercise with your team. Every company is different, every company is unique, and maybe you will be different in some other way. Maybe, and I heard many stories. I see Filippo and I spoke to Dave and other people, and they told me stories like, maybe Filippo, I remember you told me you excel in finance and legal. And you told me we have a special way how we speak to our clients and how we select our vendors. Maybe your company is unique in being fast. You implemented some automated solution. You make very comfortable for your clients and your vendors to work with your company. So think about your onlyness and write it down. Step number 3, this is very interesting. Look to the left. This is me 10 years ago, wearing a suit I don't like, bought a watch I didn't need, and I photoshopped the background. This is the fake background of Prague because I wanted to look that I'm from the capital city and I look professional and trustworthy. And I totally forgot about our core values like being friendly and being open, so I'm still laughing. My wife is telling me that I look a little bit drunk on the right side, but... So, why I'm telling you this? Always don't try to copy anybody else. Be authentic, be who you are. This is valid for business and also for your private life, because everybody is different, everybody is unique, and you are unique as well, and your company also. And now it's starting to be very interesting. When you know your onlyness and you have created some brand manual in your company, I would like to ask you how many companies here created some kind of brand manual? Raise your hand. Okay, I see 3, 4. Okay. So maybe you ask, it takes too long, it's difficult. I can tell you it takes only 3 hours of your time and your team to sit down, just think about it, and have a couple beers with your vendors. When you have it, you can talk about with your marketing department, or just if you are doing marketing yourself, think about touchpoints. Touchpoints are the places where you are creating the environment for the people starting to think about your company and talking, as I mentioned, behind your back about you and your team. This is a master list from Martin Neumeyer from the book The Brand Flip, which I can share and you can use it, but I encourage you to make your own and create your own touch points. Maybe you will excel, present your company at a fair. Maybe you will be very strong in forming relationships at events like this one. Our company and our main touch points are social networks and our website. And today you can talk also to David, our marketing manager, about the others. So let me share some examples. This is, for example, our jobs page, and Matej, our vendor for Romanian language, is talking about, we have a few testimonies, video testimonies from our vendors, and he's talking about the human approach, why is it important for him. So this is how we are expressing our onlyness, where we are extraordinary, and we are trying to strengthen it through the touch points. So you can do the same. This is our website and the homepage, and it was a hard work to design that. And when you have a brand manual, and this is another reason why you should have one, you can instruct your photographer how to do a nice picture. If you want to look friendly, he can make it friendly. And then you can instruct your web designer. If you work with a professional company, they will ask you, okay, give us some brand manual, give us some definition how your brand, how your company would like to present to the world, and what is your onlyness. The same is for a copywriter. If he has the right instructions, he can do really excellent work. So, step number 5, you look at Michael, one of our Russian vendors, and we have, of course, thousands of people working for us, but many of them are forming the core team, and we need to take care of these people. We need to nurture them, and of course you wouldn't sit here if you don't care about your people. So let me share a few examples how we do that. Of course, because our uniqueness, our onlyness is to be friendly, so we are also connected with our vendors on a personal level. Anybody from our translators and vendors, they can call me anytime. We are talking also privately how they are doing, how their families are doing, and we invest much more time maybe than other companies into this specific core value. Maybe your company would like to be strong in having automated solutions, so maybe you spend your time and you invest a lot into that. So it depends on your onlyness. And the thing is, when your people will be happy, your clients will be happy too. So if you have a bigger company, of course, you can be in touch with everybody, so you can make surveys. We did several surveys about the satisfaction of our vendors with our PMs. We asked them what they like, what they don't like, and also we switched the position of some PMs, and now they are doing something else. Of course, you can do social events, whatever. Just think about your onlyness, and according to that, spend your time with your people. For example, at our company, we are very interested about their hobbies, about their families, and I can tell you some story. When one of our key translators, she was in a hospital, she was dealing with some troubles, and when she got home, she found her favorite book, what she wanted to buy at home, and she was very happy. And this is how we are forming the relationship with our translators. So we know what they like, and time to time, we give them some little gift. It's not about the money, it's about the energy and time you spend together. That's my opinion about it. Sometimes don't be afraid to be crazy. Michael looks happy because he's shooting with a bow to a special target, and that's me, my friend, in a suit of chicken and cow and carrot. So think about where you can be crazy, and if you want to have fun, definitely your vendors will appreciate it. Okay, next step is about talking about your core values, how you do it right, and sometimes you will have some failures and you will do some mistakes. Let me share one of my mistakes that I remember. We were talking about other social event we want to organize, and we were selecting people for each group. And I don't know why, but I instructed my team that this specific translator shouldn't be with this specific client because I was scared that they can start cooperating together without our company. And fortunately, my team told me, like, Roman, this is how we are open, how we are trusting our translators, and this is how we are transparent. So then I realized that this is not the right decision, and we fix it. And why I'm telling you this, that when you educate your people, when you talk about the values of your company, sometimes they can educate you or themselves. So it's really hard. This is how we started. That was 5 years ago. Pavla, you are there. This is on the bus to Budapest. We took our top vendors and top clients to a road trip. It was a very interesting idea because they couldn't escape for 5 hours from this bus. In Budapest, we used both. It was also hard to jump off. And as you may see, we were asking very hard questions. So it was hard, it was a risk, it was a gamble, but definitely it was really good investment, and we think it was effective, and every second step, every next step was easier and easier. So we can, and you can as well, focus also on other challenges that you have to deal with in your business. So here you can see my view on how to build a sustainable brand. It's very simple, and it's valid for all companies. The big corporates, middle-sized companies, small companies, even freelancers. When you know where you are extraordinary, you discover that from collecting the feedback from your friends, from your vendors, from your team. Then you put it on the paper, you define your onlyness. Of course, you have to be authentic, and think about the touch points. So because you can't be everything and be everywhere, you should select very carefully the touch points that you want to, with what you want to create the environment, so you can influence what people will think about your company. You should nurture and empower your people and educate them, and of course, keep going. Every step is easier and easier. And I wish you strength and determination to do this at your company. If you want some good resources, some good tips, I'm ready to help. So I hope you gained some inspiration today, and thank you very much. And now we have some time for your questions. Maybe you can shout and I will repeat the question.
Thank you for the presentation. I really loved it.
Thank you.
I'm Elena, by the way. I think it's a very brave decision, and you have to be brave to talk to your team in an open way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not that brave. I'm just, trying to find a way to do this. So I would really appreciate your feedback. Didn't you ever had it firing back to you? Like, what if their values are not yours, actually?
Mm-hmm.
What if you're different? And all people are different. And
very good question. I had nightmares about the same thing. Like, what if I enter that room and have that workshop and they will bring other values that are mine, that I like and I would like to have in our company. And of course, the values, some company culture is already there. And I think you should give the respect and time and energy to people to just define that, because it's already there and they are not doing some rocket science. And of course, it could happen, and I was thinking about what if it will be different from mine. And I was ready, and I think everybody needs to have that courage to maybe step away from being in a conflict with your team, and maybe think about hiring somebody else who will be acting according to those values. So I would personally have the courage to prefer the team and their values to mine, and be alone and the crazy one in the company. Because of course, sometimes, and in many companies I see it, people are working there and they say they act according to values because the money is good. But I think the really effective brands are the brands where all people are resonating with the core values of the company. So that's my answer.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Other question?
Yes. Yes, first of all, thank you for the presentation, Roman. It was nice.
Okay.
Really enjoyed it. The question, I want to get back to the company A and company B. And is it possible to weight somehow, to measure how much emotions and, I don't know, material part matters in all this thing? So if company A is smiling and is very kind to you and so on and so forth, but the rate is lower, and company B doesn't care about all the things, but the rate is higher. So what is the proportion, and when they still, how much it weighs? I mean, what is more important, and when will the vendor select the B because of the rate?
Thanks for this question. It's very hard to answer. Maybe I will open this slide with touchpoints. And also our company, maybe my presentation sounded like we are perfect. We are not. We are still learning from mistakes, and we still don't have the 100% resonance with all the values, with all the people, all the clients. And it's hard to measure. We are also trying to improve that. This is also the exercise we have to deal with as well. And I realized that during the preparation of this presentation, that we also need to have a fine-tuned list of touch points and rank them with the value, let's say from 1 to 5, like which is the weakest, which is the strongest, and focus on that. So if we talk about social networks or the website, there are some tools how to measure that, how to measure some what is coming out of that. And there are some like PR or being at this conference. It's very hard to measure what new relationships you created and when those vendors or clients will come back to you. So you just need to trust your gut. Any other question, please?
Yes, hi, thank you for a very straightforward and honest presentation. I have a question about the vendors and the clients being put together on a bus. I just wonder what the thinking is in that. So if you can just explain. Thanks.
Okay, so first of all, I will be honest to you, we were too scared to organize social event at our hometown because we thought that nobody would come. So it was coincidence that we planned that trip to Budapest because we have many clients there in the area of Budapest, and then we realized that we spent like 5-6 hours together on the bus, and suddenly we were, of course, had a couple drinks, but then we had special surveys because at that time we were trying to to rebrand the company. So we were in the process of development the new website, so we had some drafts, some samples, and we were doing on the bus the A/B testing, like which version do you like? We had the draft of our new business cards, and we asked our clients, our vendors, is it A better or B better? Marek was also there, and he told me maybe you should have a QR code on your business card, so I have it there. So I think, of course, you can think about excellent marketing, but if you are doing this alone in the office without the feedback from all the people who really value the cooperation with you, it will be for nothing. So it was coincidence that we end up there, and after Budapest we went to Munich and other like countries, and now we have the courage to organize a social event in Zlin, at our hometown, because we know they will come. Yeah. There was other question?
My name is Benning from Ispa, from Budapest.
Mhm.
So my first question is, how do you organize this trip in 5 hours? Because it took us like 7 hours. Doing maybe. So thank you for the presentation. I really enjoyed it. And my question would be, as I'm a PM at Ispa, so how does the definition of your core values affect your PM's life communication? How they say themselves in their company, in your company, or the company itself? Did it affect it?
I think I like that question, and thank you for raising it up. I don't think, and you can talk to our PMs here and our leaders, maybe they will give you the right answer, but what I think, already we hired them because of their character and the personality. Of course, they are influenced by the people around them, by other leaders, and it's very hard to tell them what they should do. So they are using their common sense and also how their parents told them how to behave. And what I think is very important here, and we are also practicing this, we are talking about where we act according to our values and where not. And also last week I remember that we admitted we are not so open and transparent as we want to be. So, but it's much easier if you have all these 7 steps implemented in your company, then it's much easier to have that discussion. And let me give you some specific example. It happened that we got a quite huge job from one client, and later in 1 week we discovered the way how to save some money there. And the PM, even without consulting with me, was very transparent and told the client that we can save them some extra money. And that was like the proof that this openness and trustworthy and transparency is there, and he was acting according to that value. If he wouldn't, if he would thinking maybe we can keep this money, it's a proof it's something is wrong. But it can happen. Thank you. Any other questions? Please, madam.
Since you revealed so much about business and personal transformation, I would like to ask what was the basic trigger or the main reason for starting that transformation? You mentioned the point when you started your trip to Budapest, but I guess that there was a reason behind that. If you can reveal, of course.
Of course. Many people, they have something like accident, or they have cancer or become serious ill. It's not my case. I can admit I was struggling with my health and like being able to be a good leader. And I told myself, maybe there can be some different way. Maybe it can be easier. I have no boss. I have my freedom to design the company that I can be proud of. Maybe we can do something where also other people are not working under stress. They can feel happy and they can lead the company, and I don't have to be the only one who is like telling everybody what to do. So this is what I'm trying to implement in the company, and having people, excellent people like Zuzka, Pavla, Dominika, and many others. They are living the same, the spirit is already there. So there was no major event like the breakpoint to start this transformation. I think it was the willingness to build something with a higher purpose, not only like providing these services, but to serve to clients. And this is how we also select our clients. We don't work with everybody and everyone. And now that was always my dream, to have the luxury to choose who to work with, who to work for. And there you can use your strengths, your onlyness, and it's much more effective. So there is also financial effect in that. So I don't have the right answer for you. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, any other questions? So thank you for your attention. It was an honor to be here. Thank you.